Going to see these two guys back.
Lowe's knows when you start grilling, the guest list.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Conquer Sports Professionals.
Hello, somebody. My name is Marlon Big Faith Favorite. If you're serious about playing college football on the next level and having it paid for, visit us at csportspros.com. Again, that's csportspros.com, or you can click the link below.
Conquer Sports Professionals.
Well, welcome back. Welcome back. Beautiful people. What's happening with y'all? It's Inside the Trenches. It's your host, Marlon Big Faith Favorite, and we're back live here in the beautiful Loyola studios right here in New Orleans, Louisiana. I have my co-host, CL NOLA, with us. Also, my man, Lil Chris in the building. And I am your host, Big Fav, as well. And we're going to have ourselves a great talk today about a few games, some games to be happy about, some games not to be happy about. Festivals this weekend, 2 of them. Yeah, we're going to talk about that and what's up to come. And speaking of festivals, we will be joined by Tommy Myers of the Acadian Fest down in Thibodaux, Louisiana in segment 2. So he's going to come in early and chop it up with us. We also want to take this time to thank the Gordon McKernan injury attorneys. Remember, get Gordon, get it done. And you can go ahead and look, if you have an injury from a car accident, if you are, or you know a family member or friend that has an accident, tell them they can hit up the G team, let them know that they heard about them right here on Inside the Trenches. The New Orleans number is 504-888 on 800-8888. All them H's throwing me off. Get Gordon and get it done. So we're going to jump right into it, y'all. It wasn't a good week for the New Orleans Saints. As a matter of fact, it wasn't great at all. 44-13, the Saints loses on the road to the Seattle Seahawks. We did go into this game very optimistic. We felt like the Saints could possibly fight. Right here on this show, we talked about the next 2 weeks on the road. And speaking of on the road, Inside the Trenches is very own CL NOLA took the 5.5-hour flight. Any layovers? Straight.
Shouts out to the sponsor.
Shouts out to the sponsor. Hello, somebody. Get it done. We're going to get it done. Straight there. And from what I understand, the freshwater fish was delicious for your dinner and lunch. You had some good meals out there. We can start there first, positive.
I mean, it's the Northwest. We understand that, that's what they're known for. Got some weather earlier game day morning. Didn't have weather in the forecast. Got it anyway. But we understand that is what is expected around the Puget Sound. And we went into a situation that I personally think that we weren't prepared for. I think that we ran into a buzzsaw. The one thing I noticed off top was them boys was hitting out there. And, it's not, they didn't miss many tackles. And I'm talking about when the game was the game. So I'm talking about in the first half when the game was actually a game. And just their energy, is just next level. And if I was to break out my phone and the information that I wrote down, I would start at the offensive line, because once again, it was a week 3. We have a makeshift offensive line, and it doesn't seem to look positive going forward.
Well, CL, before we go to Lil Chris, because they were in the Dome this week, and Chris usually works in the Dome, but I'm pretty sure you were glued to the TV. I'll get to you first.
Yep.
Before we started the show, you were talking about the Who Dat Travel Nation and, just how we do travel in drones with the team.
Oh, for sure.
Was our presence there?
Oh, for sure.
So we was there. All right. Okay.
We had every game. That's the crazy part. That's what you don't see. You gotta have Jordans on the. I'm sorry, you have to have primes on the ground to actually see that. Every city we're there.
Mm-hmm.
Every city we matriculate to that area, and there's people inside of that city that are Saints fans. It's just it took me a few years to actually see it for myself, to blow my own mind, because selfishly I thought I was all by myself, but in reality there's no way in the world. So, and it's gonna continue to happen because it's a lifestyle. It's not even, if you realize, not even about football. Football is just a plus. It's like fishing. Catching a fish is just a plus of fishing. So it's the same thing with the Who Dat Nation. It's just like it's a plus to win, but we understand you could win or lose on any given Sunday.
It could happen any Sunday, and I'm glad you mentioned the run game. The Saints had 79 rushing yards total. That's a combination of Kendrick Miller, Spencer Rattler, and Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara leading the pack with 42 rushing yards. Now, Lil Chris immediately will go and say, man, we got to go draft another running back, man. AK losing his step. Kendrick Miller, he looked good in the preseason, but he doesn't look good right now. But me being a fellow Trenchman and even my co-host who's been on Inside the Trenches show going on a decade. Obviously we took a little hiatus during COVID, but
Wasn't on us.
Wasn't on us.
No.
But so he's qualified for a trench guy too. And the first thing he saw is the offensive line not really blocking up the speed. We raved about how important it was for the offensive line to be productive. Me and CL gave you like some tips from training camp, how guys were looking. Is that something you saw on Sunday? Like, yeah, the offensive line production needs to step up, or is it a situation where maybe Spencer Rattler could have manipulated the pocket a little better? Like, what was your observations?
On that, really, they do need to step it up. And because right now, there's really just no continuity at all throughout the offensive line. And I think it was I heard somebody say it on TV, WWL TV or something like that. This is why it wasn't beneficiary to us to start, picking a quarterback so late, a starting quarterback so late, because now where's the continuity at? There's absolutely no continuity right now because they picked the quarterback so late. So now they don't know when, they don't have no chemistry together. They still trying to get their chemistry going. Quarterback still trying to get everyone together, get the whole offense together. We just need more continuity throughout the season moving forward, for sure.
Right, I agree with you. If y'all just tuning in to Inside the Trenches, we're recapping the Saints' loss on the road to the Seattle Seahawks, 44-13. It did get ugly. At some point, Drew Lock got in the game.
Yeah.
At some point, Tyler Shuck got in the game. And, it was just pretty ugly.
Well, what I know about New Orleans Saints football, since we know I'm the elder statesman in the building, and I done had some games under my belt. What I know about it, Saints football is one of our strong suits is special team.
Mm-hmm.
So you telling me we give up a punt return where no one touches him and he goes to the house?
All the way for a touchdown.
You give up a block punt to a left-legged kicker and you don't block on the left side of it. Coach Rizzi is rolling over in his Giants uniform. I'm sorry, in its Broncos uniform right now, And I'm not calling out our special teams coach, but we understand that there's 3 phases of football.
Yep.
Offense, defense, and special teams. And when I look at football, quarterback is like the last thing I look at.
Yeah, quarterback you look at because the decisions he make to run up the points on the board. But to your point, and CL was alluding to Torrey Halton, they just drafted him. He's a rookie, 5th-round draft pick out of Colorado State. Crazy work.
Crazy.
They say he had the green light. He saw the green light to go at the 5-yard line and untouched. It was some good blocks on that drive as well. But to CL's point, special teams have to be special. And I think if you look across the board, that's something that did mess the team up. You had Spencer Rattler. They went for it on 4th down. That is a special team drive, right? We fumbled the ball right there. Kick it to this boy. The very next play, he houses it, right? You had a block punt. You had just a series of things that happened that led to the misfortune. Football is a game of interest, guys. It is something that,
Are
you
we
have to get right.
forgetting that we cut our special teams
JT Gray.
leader, ace,
This
and
is true.
JT Gray?
That was a
true.
bad
Wondering why
release.
nobody got a hand on him on the punt return. It's like this is not calculus, Are you wondering why we seem like we're lackluster? Think about this. This team is in the process of turning over. Every other week we have a new guy on the team. They don't understand New Orleans football. They don't understand the passion of New Orleans and the Who Dat Nation and all the surrounding areas. They don't understand it. They're just learning. We're just learning a new offense.
Yeah.
A new defensive strategy. We don't even have the right players to fit in the defensive scheme that we running right now. But that's a whole nother subject
That's
for a whole nother day.
I'm no storyteller, baby. and y'all got to feel CL's passion, man. My man's fresh off the flight. You enjoyed your evening now, in Seattle?
I'm obligated.
Yeah, obligated.
So real.
Chris, man, he brought it up.
So
Defense.
real.
This is something that had to stay intact for this team in order for them to be good. We knew that defense had to be lights out. It did because you got a undecided quarterback room up until about a few days before the start of the season.
Right.
You got a relatively young offensive line. I say that because You have, this is what, year 5 for McCoy. This is Cesar Ruiz. I don't know where to start with him. I mean, each week he's grading lower.
Worst offensive right guard in football.
Ooh,
Unfortunately, that is true.
wow.
Rumpkins, I thought when he played last year,
Who?
Is it Simpkins?
Oh, boy.
Shouts out to Simpkins Jr., but I hope y'all get my point.
Yeah.
Week 3, we have a makeshift offensive line again with a younger quarterback. I know everybody had their reasons for disliking Derek Carr, but the one thing you can't tell me, week 1, week 2, you had nothing bad to say about Derek Carr. And then we go into week 3 with McCoy going down, and then we lose our left guard at the same time.
Right.
Now we're a makeshift offensive line, and we still only lose to the Eagles by 3 points.
Who won the Super Bowl?
So the fact that the reason why people put us at 32 this year is because of the validation of the quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, Derek Carr validated us as what he is, a middle of the pack quarterback. But that's why we were ranked at. Now that we have an unproven quarterback, no matter if we put the rookie in or not.
I want to go back to the defense before we're gonna talk offensive production, the quarterbacks, but it is important, like you said, with a makeshift offensive line, with a undecided offensive room, a undersized receiving core. You have a situation where we know we need to bring in a big body receiver. We had opportunities to do it in the draft, and we didn't. Then we go later on in the preseason, get on the phone with Coach Payton and say, hey, man, let's get Veely over here. And you lose 2 picks, valuable picks for him and the production. But we'll get to that in a second. I want to talk defense. Lil Chris, I'll come to you. 0 sacks up front. I want to start there. This show is called Inside the Trenches for a reason.
Correct.
Not being able to be productive. Guys you would usually get sacks from coming off the edge. I know Cam had gotten a little rhythm in the beginning of the season, but when you look at this Saints defense and going on the road and not being able to be productive, even tackles for loss, it was only 3.
I don't know if it's a scheme issue or because we have talent on defense. We most definitely do. We most definitely have talent on defense. So I think the issue here is what's going on with the scheme, what's going on with the X's and O's. What is Brandon Staley doing to go get those guys prepared, X's and O's, and get them hyped up going into game day? So I think it is a scheming issue defensively, 100%, because we have talent on defense. It's just what is the scheme doing?
Yeah. And I got to agree with him, Chris. I think that when you look at it from a schematic standpoint, we didn't do any special blitzes. We wasn't being creative with, you were there. Like, you thought at some point, man, send somebody.
But this is the thing, look, Chris. I agree with you, brother. It is a scheming thing. But watch this. It's on the other side of it. This is week 3, not week 1. So they figured out who's good on our defense and figured out a way to eliminate them and make the other players have to make plays. I'm not worried about Granderson. I know what Granderson will do, but not when the double team is on him. I know what Brazil will do. I know what Godchaw will do. He's getting double teamed every play. So they're identifying the best of the players of us. It's the other guys that's not making the play.
Nope.
No, that's real. Hey, if y'all please chime in. We're on ESPN live right here on ESPN Baton Rouge's YouTube channel. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel as well. But comment below. What's your thoughts on the New Orleans Saints? What it is we're going to do moving forward. We got Buffalo next week. We're about to get into that here momentarily. But yeah, feel free to comment below. What's your thoughts on the black and gold? And also make sure you visit Inside the Trenches with Marlon Favorite on YouTube. Subscribe to the page as well. You'll see all kind of videos with Chris, Lil Chris, and CL debating on some of the best stories in sports. So definitely feel free to chime into that as well. But CL, you made a pretty good point in the decisions that were made offensively, the different pieces we were going to bring in. So I just kind of want to look at some of the production from a receiving standpoint. And some of these passes came in very small windows. Your leaders, to no surprise, was Olave and Shaheed. My thing with the Saints and what Coach Kellen, decided to do in regards to how we were going to format those plays and how we were going to balance out what we do is it was too many short to middle passing routes. We didn't go deep enough. We didn't threaten them enough up front. So to your point, as a defensive back, Phil, all we got to do is sit back, wait to see, they're going to throw something underneath, run up and make the play, just don't get beat deep. CL, man, you were there. We could have been a little more creative with play action, it seemed
honestly,
like, et cetera.
I'm sorry, brother.
No, go ahead.
Honestly, this is my first time even feeling like, offensively it was JV. The crossing routes not really stretching the defense at all. We known for these number two wide receiver fast guys. We not stretching the field. We not taking the shots to get them boys out that box to get them off of Alvin's butt, right? Because they're clogging up the hole because they know we got a makeshift offensive line. They're crashing down on one side, and it's another thing. There's no recipe in today's playbook that when the New Orleans Saints throw the ball 39 times, that we win. You haven't seen it in 3 games. If I'm not mistaken, we only ran it 27 times.
Yeah, I think so.
27 times. Flip it. Run 39, throw 27.
Yeah.
Or how about we run 40, 45 times? Help the defense since all of a sudden now we done lost the defense. Help the defense out by running the football. And if they smashing it, let them smash it. But we gonna keep them honest. And we ran into a buzzsaw. Excuse me for my emotions. We ran into a buzzsaw yesterday. But at the same time, schematically, like LaChris said, it just wasn't there. It just wasn't. And everything is new. We got a new head coach. We got a new fresh offensive line. We got a new offense. We got new guys coming in. There is no continuity.
Yeah.
Like I said.
Everywhere. Anywhere.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. 100% agree. And there's just new everything. I just feel like, and you know how I think it's the problem? I think it's Mickey Loomis. Honestly, I think Mickey Loomis is the problem.
On the plane.
I think he is more of the problem than Dennis Allen was when he at his time here with the Saints. I think it's Mickey Loomis because he built this like it's a Lego on blocks or something. It's Mickey Loomis' fault that we are in this position right now.
Scheme or not, we have not hit on enough draft picks. Scheme or not.
For this team, it does start at the top, and it is starting to seem brutally honest that since Coach Sean Payton and Drew Brees has left the building, it's like we don't really know what to do, and that's a huge problem because things must change. I don't know if it's obviously Mickey Loomis has a lot of ties into the actual ownership.
He's in the wheel,
basically. Long story
that's
short,
where it went off
and at the very end of the day. It's not so much he can do, but it'll have to come to a point where we got to bring in somebody that's a little more innovative, somebody that's going to be able to be strategic in the draft. You look at teams like Jacksonville that's building through the draft. We sat there and watched Houston build to the draft exceptionally well. This is what Green Bay do. Green Bay, they build through the draft. So I think for the New Orleans Saints, CL is going to be important that moving forward in this season, and we're going to get to Buffalo here in a second, that we make sure that even they still got a trade deadline coming up here. So you got to move some pieces around to save the season.
I didn't want to believe it. I really didn't want to believe it. But we kept the wrong GM. We should have kept Fontenot and not let him go to Atlanta. And then since Mickey's in the wheel, we can't fire him. Move him up to a higher position, get him out the way, and let Terry Fontenot and even Jeff Ireland, let them construct the team. But, it don't have, because obviously we can't get rid of him. So we have to try to work around that situation by maybe giving him a different position. But as far as picking the players, I think the time has come and passed.
Well, here's the thing. We can't really give him anything because it's his choice. It's going to be on Mickey Loomis to decide to say, hey, I'd rather take a different role. I'm a great financial strategizer for the team. I could do that in regards to both of the organizations because you still have the Pelicans as well, which is the GM of the Pelicans as well. But I think it's a situation where, all things must change and some things must come to an end in regards to how we do things. But, I mean, just looking at this team, the way we've drafted our offensive lineman has been a bit unorthodox, not bringing in big target receivers in a game where the cornerbacks constantly getting big. I mean, they got this kid from LSU, DJ Pickens. He's going to be coming out in the next 2 years. I mean, he's not going to be in college 3 years. He's 6'5". So
We need a
you
true
got to
number one.
really get away from, the shorter receivers. But that, to Chris's point, we need a true number one. We hadn't had a true number one since Michael Thomas, and that's a major issue. Well, let's go ahead and move on over to Buffalo, y'all. We have a opponent coming up on the road again. I don't know if the Saints did the deal where they they definitely came back home to sleep and they sleep at home.
They made it last night.
Yeah, they came in last night, but I'm thinking old school UFL days, boy. We just couldn't afford to be flying around like that. We're going to stay on the West Coast. But anywho, they go to a red-hot Buffalo team. They're 3-0, 2-0 at home. We've watched, I know the most recent Buffalo game I watched in its entirety was against Buffalo versus Ravens.
Yeah, Baltimore.
And that game was crazy. It was
Night
definitely a Sunday night game that was worth it. CL, we got a few more minutes here. I'm going to come to you first. After what you saw on the road, after the direction this team needs to go, what are the keys to victory for the New Orleans Saints going into this Buffalo game?
Pride.
Oh,
That's
Right.
a good one.
yeah.
To a man, everybody had to stand there and watch that. No matter if you had a uniform on or you had black and gold on. They stood and watched it. I stood and watched it, and I had to take it. They had to take what Seattle was dishing out. I had to take what the fans of Seattle was wishing out. Great people, great area, great-hearted. They was feeling sorry for us, to be honest with you. Honestly, that blew my mind. That was the first time. And I don't know how many years that an opponent that they blew us out, they were walking up to us telling us that they felt sorry for us because they had lost 8 games at home in a row.
Wow. Yeah.
So they knew it was possible they could lose, but to come out like that. So pride, because to a man, everybody has to watch that tape today. Me, Mickey, Fave, LaChris, the quarterback room, the running back room, the offensive line, the D-line, everybody had to watch that tape today.
Mm-hmm.
And pride should be the reason that we'll have a better outing against the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. Thank God it ain't freezing.
Hello. Right. We picked the right time to play Buffalo. But when Buffalo cut me, Chris, it was May. It was like May 5th or 6th. They had snow all over the ground. It was springtime everywhere else but Buffalo. Talk to me, little Chris. What's the keys to victory for the black and gold this weekend going to Buffalo, baby?
I would have never thought of the answer pride, but that really stuck out to me. And
Thank you, brother.
if I'm to get to that point, if I am the head coach of the New Orleans Saints, whenever the day is that they go watch film, I will repeatedly show them the film of just them putting out no effort, none, just put the clip on the board, just run game clip all day to get them motivated until game day Sunday against Buffalo. So I have a similar answer to him. Just motivation, pride at the end of the day.
Motivation, pride. Look, we do keys to victory every week at LSU, and it's usually scenarios where it's hey, key to victory is to get the ball to Caden Durham or figure out creative ways to use Harlem Berry or something of that nature. But I think that's the word, creativity. You have a roster where you have a young offensive line, not one of the highest graded offensive lines here in the NFL. You have a smaller receiving core, more towards a Tyreek Hill as opposed to a Michael Evans. I think that's something that you have to be creative with how you make your play calls for that. Defensively, we did talk about how Coach Staley's defense could be complex. He's coming from going against Kansas City twice a year, Denver, you being with the Chargers. So I think creativity on defense as well, giving different looks, trying not to put the same stuff on film because they look flat. They did. They went on the road and they looked like a team that came out playing flat. So we got pride. What you said again? No, not management. Motivation.
He did
And I
say continuity,
and
too.
continuity, too. That's
Continuity.
big. All of that. And creativity. And I think those three things Because notice the things we talked about wasn't X's and O's. It wasn't, oh man, let's choose this pass protection. No, this team does have to dig deep, and they do have to put together a well-groomed machine. And hey, you're 0-3 right now. You got, well, it's Buffalo game, but you beat Buffalo, it'll be the miracle in Buffalo. But it's any given Sunday, and you got New York coming up. You got some winnable games, but we just got to keep.
We've started off 0-3 before.
Yeah, we have.
We started off 0-2.
Definitely, we have. Well, yo, we got this thing rolling, baby. It's like a party here on Inside the Trenches. We ain't happy about the Saints losing, baby, but we are excited about the Tigers winning and Tulane fighting. They lost 2. It was kind of ugly, but, hey, it's all okay. Good. We got to talk about those Ole Miss Rebels as well when we talk a little LSU in hour 2. But look, right now we're going to talk a little festival, baby. That's right. It's more things to celebrate in Louisiana than just the sports. The Acadiana Fest, big deal. We'll have its founder, its creator, very creative, right? Very creative. Tommy Myers, he'll be joining us here on the show here in segment 2 to talk about the Acadiana Fest. And maybe we could talk to Tommy about the Saints. He could give us his opinion as well. It's Inside the Trenches, baby. And once again, we want to thank the Gordon McKernan injury attorney crew for what they do here for this show as a sponsor. And remember, baby, any injury due to those car accidents out there, get Gordon, get it done. We'll be right back. It's Inside the Trenches right here on ESPN Baton Rouge. Hello.
Inside the trenches.
Here is where your story continues. Stretch the limits of your imagination. Create the world as you see it. One letter, one word, one pixel at a time. Move to the rhythm of your own story. Make something more. For him and her and them, for the world. Do what you love. Tell stories like never before in state-of-the-art recording, news, and editing studios. Created just for you. Learn skills that will never expire. Document moments, seconds, frames per second. Turn them into masterpieces. Creativity is more than a lifestyle. Make it a career. Tune into the sounds around you. Those notes, you were always meant to sing them. Creative boundaries, you were always meant to break them. Become the creative professional you are destined to be at the Anchor Institution for the Creative Economy. This is a stage, a world stage. New Orleans, culture rich. Loyola, hands-on access. Make the next move. Perform and work immediately. We do things differently. Use your creativity to impact society. Expand your mind. Be with and for others. Continue your story in the College of Music and Media at Loyola University, New Orleans.
Inside the Trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Where my legs at? Come on, come on. Would you mind if I hit the dance floor with you? Would you mind if I pulled you closer too? Would you mind if I come on, come and hang with you? Would you mind? Would you mind? Talk to us, babe. What you say? Pull your clothes on the dance floor. Come on. Control where my hands go. Dip low, then we grind slow. Yeah. I can get it on the first go. Would you mind if I come and chill for a little? Big dog keep you warm in the winter. baby. Hey, would you? Come on. Come on, ladies, Come on. Come on. Let me have that, Look, shorty eyeing me from across the room. A lot of ladies in the club, all I want is you. Soon as you done talking to dude, I'ma make a move. Gotta play it smooth, you know how I play it, dude. What's your name, love? What you drinking on? Hit the dance floor, that's your favorite song.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Here is where your story continues. Stretch the limits of your imagination. Create the world as you see it. One letter, one word, one pixel at a time. Move to the rhythm of your own story. Make something more. For him and her and them, for the world. Do what you love. Tell stories like never before in state-of-the-art recording, news, and editing studios. Created just for you. Learn skills that will never expire. Document moments, seconds, frames per second. Turn them into masterpieces. Creativity is more than a lifestyle. Make it a career. Tune into the sounds around you. Those notes, you were always meant to sing them. Creative boundaries, you were always meant to break them. Become the creative professional you are destined to be at the Anchor Institution for the Creative Economy. This is a stage, a world stage. New Orleans, culture rich. Loyola, hands-on access. Make the next move. Perform and work immediately. We do things differently. Use your creativity to impact society. Expand your mind. Be with and for others. Continue your story in the College of Music and Media at Loyola University, New Orleans.
Conquer Sports Professionals.
Hello, somebody. My name is Marlon Big Favorite. If you are serious about playing college football on the next level and having it paid for, visit us at csportspros.com. Again, that's csportspros.com, or you can click the link below.
Conquer Sports Professionals.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Welcome back, beautiful people. It is Inside the Trenches. I'm your host, Marlon Big Favorite, and we are here live at the Loyola studio. And big ups to Health Nut System. That's right, Dr. Kendra. Big ups to you for all that you do for this show, all that you do for us. Even the whole crew, you got a little Chris on the vitamins. I'm still taking my CMOS. CL got the speed up 365 because he's taking it back to his glory days when he played high school football at O.P. Walker. So listen, y'all could go ahead to stillbody.org, and check out their products. You can order them. Let them know. If you even put in there, when you in your message, say, Inside the Trenches is what we heard about this, Dr. Kendra going to be sure to, I think she might throw some free shipping in there, Dr. Kendra. I think that's something you said. Hello, somebody. But definitely hit them up. Health Nut System. Definitely a huge supporter of Inside the Trenches right here on ESPN Baton Rouge. All right, fellas, let's jump into it. LSU did beat Southeastern. The score was crazy. I'll pull it up here. I think we beat
56 to 10.
56 to 10. It was something crazy like that. Van Buren got in there and did his thing. Just recapping the game from what I saw from the beginning. We're gonna go ahead and let's do the negatives first, and then we'll get into the positives. So let's get all the negativity out of the way, and then we'll also talk a little bit about Tulane football as well. So the negative thing is, once again, I don't know if the Saints offensive line juice is rubbing off on our LSU's offensive line. But we're not blocking that well up front, and it's something that we're going to have to do better. And if you look at LSU holistically, the biggest thing that we need to work on, CL, is our running game. I know you, because you had traveling plans, you weren't able to come to the game this weekend, the Southeastern game. We had some fun. Shouts out to my little cousin Jordan and her friends. Came down from Southeast, and they enjoyed themselves. Shouts out to the homie B. The video y'all saw earlier with me performing Fishing on the Bayou with Mike Lauza and Rare Groove. Big ups to them for having me at the LSU Fest. We'll talk about that a little bit more in the last segment. And Tommy Myers from the Acadia NFS.
Okay.
He's going to be getting with us here shortly as well. But yeah, just thinking about the way that LSU performed, that's the only negative thing I can say. We came out flat, CL, in that regard. But I will say this, CL, and I know this is something you asked me before the game happened. You wanted to know about Nussmeier's health, and he got the ball down the field. He was throwing a deep ball. And he played until maybe a drive into the third quarter.
Yeah. I hate to be that guy, but I guess I got my Darth Vader black on, right? I'm just not impressed. I'm just not impressed with LSU. I'm not impressed. I mean, they don't make their own schedule, so you have to play who they play. I just, I said on that stand week 1 and told you that Clemson wasn't all that hot, right? Clemson didn't deserve to be number 4. And look where they are now. Right, and then obviously, you playing. It's a two-way curse, right? Because when you play Southeastern, and like I say, I know they don't make their schedule, but when you play a Southeastern, two things happen. You don't get a true assessment of who you are as a team in the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is, I can understand the coordinators not really wanting to show the Cupid formation.
There you go.
Or the other things that could motivate the offensive line to block better and do better. I didn't even see us practicing on the basics almost.
Right.
And I understand that we probably wanted to be vanilla, knowing the opponent that's coming up next. We wanted to kind of be vanilla, but there is no surprise. LSU is not moving the ball productively enough with the offensive line in the back, the stable of backs that they have. And until I see that happen, until I see them actually move people, and I'm not talking about moving Southeastern Louisiana. Shouts out to Southeastern Louisiana in Hammond.
Yep.
Chris, I'm going to come to you next, but I do want to give a shout out to Kayla Proctor, somebody I think improved their draft stock. I was sitting next to my buddy from the Jets. I won't reveal my scout connection's name, but I saw him writing down little notes about this kid here. Why? He had 2 sacks against a potential Heisman candidate. And Gary Nussmeier. Gary Nussmeier is an undefeated SEC quarterback, and this kid out there had some productivity. Yes, he did. So let's just go over his stats because we represent the whole Louisiana, baby. I'm LSU through and through. Don't get it twisted. But, we do got to give credit where credit is due. So statistically speaking, 2 sacks in the game, I want to say he had about maybe 5 solo tackles. That's that's something. So big ups to that.
That will be on his highlight reel.
Yeah, you went to Tiger Stadium. You come from an FCS school. You go to Tiger Stadium and you get 2 sacks. Like that.
Somebody hashtag him in the comments, letting them know we showing them that love.
Yeah, man. I'm because listen, y'all. One thing about being an NFL journeyman, it's hard to get those looks. We also talked about Aiden Hutchinson from Tulane.
Right.
Kid played in 4 games for Tulane last year, right? One of the games being a bowl game against Florida, act a fool, went to his LSU Pro Day, handled his business, took advantage of them 3 preseason games.
3.
Right? Act a fool. Now he's made the 53-man roster. So, that's the things, Chris, we got to look at. Jawan Johnson, who is the athlete for LSU, he's committed to the running back position. Hunt, our co-host at LSU Sports Radio, big ups to my homie Hunt Palmer. Y'all check out the Hunt Palmer show. Nice. You heard me every week. You dig. I think Hunt on like 1 o'clock. Hunt, I hope the time right. But check him out in the Baton Rouge area. But he said he talked to Jawan and he's starting to really get into the running back position. 43 yards, 8 carries, but 2 touchdowns. And I got to say, those 42 yards, he was doing all kind of jazzy dancing and stuff like that. Your thoughts on LSU's running back, Jawan Johnson?
He had a pretty solid performance. He did average almost 6 yards per carry, 43 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, that was pretty. He had a pretty solid showing. Now, albeit it is against, shout out to Southeastern Louisiana. My sister went there. But yes, but he had a decent performance. But I definitely want to see more of that as we get into SEC play moving forward.
Yeah, and Nussmeier CL, he had 273 yards, and I mean they put up points. LSU scored 28 points. They started off slow.
28 points against Southeast.
I'm sorry, 28 points in the second quarter.
Right.
It was 56-10.
Right.
It was the final score. We're 4-0, 3-0 at home.
Yep.
Right. We're was that 1-0 in SEC play.
Yep.
Speaking of SEC play, Southeast, it was great to talk about. You know, it was good to see Louisiana in the building.
For sure.
Like I told you, we had family in the building. Like I said, shouts out to my homie B who did the shots out there. Mike Lauza, once again, thank y'all for having me come on stage with y'all.
The tailgate was amazing.
Yeah, yeah, everything was good, man. I mean, you know how we get
in the building
through and through.
Mm-hmm.
But things get real because it's at Ole Miss and then back home at South Carolina after a bye week. Right now, I'm looking at this matchup predictor. They're saying it's a 73% chance that Ole Miss wins, 26 chance for LSU. Right now, you have T. Chambers, 46 or 42 for 62 attempts. That Monday after Festival Weekend, Lord. 4 touchdowns. Kay Lacey, 7 touchdowns on 7 and 9 carries. Wallace the third, 16 receptions, 2 touchdowns. So, you know, you come on LSU side, Gary Nussmeier, he almost at a rack, right? He's at 962, so he's almost at 1,000 yards, and we're not even. So he looks like he's on course to getting another 4,000 plus yards, hopefully 5,000 passing yards. Caden Durham, I'm just going through the stats so we can kind of really look at how this matchup is going to really fare out based off skilled players and how these defenses are playing. Right now, Whit Weeks leads the team in 27 tackles. D. Shanklin, 2 sacks. Aaron Anderson leads in receptions, 21 receptions. That's the matchup. That's the guys. CL, I'm going to come to you first because the bottom line and the keys to victory for this Ole Miss game, LSU has to establish a run game. Their defense is playing lights out. I think LSU's defense is in the top percentile of SEC defenses right now. That boy Bernard Gooden acting a fool up front. I mean, he's just pure. And then shouts out to my homie, you know, inside the trenches, Tank Guillory, right? 5th-year senior. You know, probably he's the Cam Jordan of the LSU Tigers right now. He was around during the Coach Ed Ogeron's era. Been here with Coach Kelly, had to rehab. You know, you're coming in a lineman room where there's a lot of young players, guys who were starting, and he has really established himself as one of the top players on that defense right now. Got 2 sacks as an interior lineman. Been getting a lot of tackles for loss in the Florida game, CL. I thought he did an exceptional job at causing that penalty that called back that touchdown. You know, you just look at that holistically. But let's get to Ole Miss, CL. I know you say LSU have some challenges here going up against. It's a 2:30 game, too, so it's on the road. During the daytime, it's still hot.
It's still hot.
81 degrees, so it's supposed to feel good.
Well, here's a hot take. Since we're going to play a real team in the SEC, how about we put some real players on the field? And when I mean that, what I say is what I mean. How about we start Mr. Johnson at running back?
Ooh.
Because we need some type of explosiveness from that position. Hey, I love 29 Durham. I want Harlem Berry to be Harlem World, all world. But the reality is the offensive line and the running back room are not producing what they need to produce to help out Nussmeier and the defense. So let's just throw the Wildcat in the game right now and start Johnson at running back, because I've made the decision already that he's not a quarterback. He's a natural running back. What I saw Saturday is that despite the offensive line, that was the yardage and like you said, the carries, the average per carry spoke volumes to me. You know, like I say, a lot of times when I'm watching football, the last thing I'm watching is the quarterback. Let's start that boy and have a fast start against Ole Miss on Saturday.
Well, I will say this. Caden Durham did come off the field hobbling. I don't know at what percentage he's going to be practicing this week. I can say that I will imagine that Jawan Johnson will get a lot more touches this week.
Makes sense to me,
because he got a lot of touches last week. I was texting Cupid.
I can't look. This is the week to pull out the Cupid formation. This is the week.
I mean, they pulled the Cupid formation out. Look at boy, bro. He texts me. I'm sure I sent him the picture from the game. I said, man, Jawan just scored.
Right.
On his tour bus. He got the TV like right there.
Oh, you know you got that.
He got to see he got
Don't
that.
he have a performance coming up? Halftime performance?
I think they just did a halftime performance.
Houston?
They just did the one in Houston.
Okay.
He came out with Bum B.
That
That was I don't want, look at that.
Oh, you know you're doing the thing now.
That's fine. That's how you travel, huh? That's how
you got his
when
own
you got
formation.
off the plane, when you got off the plane in Seattle, is this something you got picked up or something like this?
No, but that's what I did want to talk to the sponsors about. I'm not against transportation from airport to studio.
There you go.
After
it's inside the trenches. We're talking
Old mouth don't get fat.
LSU versus Ole Miss coming up. Big matchup. Right now the Tigers are in terms of overall offense 71 in the FBS, passing 31, rushing 120, 112. Scoring 77. Now, flip side, defensively, we're talking LSU here. LSU is 17th in the FBS overall defense.
Nice.
Passing 43.
Nice.
Rushing 10th.
Okay.
Nice.
Scoring 9th.
Okay.
Top 10. Ole Miss overall offense 9th in the FBS.
That is nice.
That's
This is Ole Miss's offense.
That's exceptional.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Passing per game. And the number is 324.8 yards per game. They're 14th. 14th.
Yeah,
Rushing 25th.
Not bad.
Scoring 12th.
Excellent.
Ole Miss's defense overall on the flip side 72 in the FBS, right? Passing 25th, rushing 121, scoring 42. So bottom line, LSU defense is in the top percentile.
Right.
Ole Miss's offense is in the top percentile. So we're going top percentile versus top percentile. Here's the thing. LSU's offense have to improve this week in order to help this defense out. Because the bottom line is they don't score, they don't win. But at some point, the defense does become exhausted, CL, if the offense not putting up no points.
And that's why I want to help out the defense by running the Cupid formation with Mr. Johnson and even Mr. Berry in that thing. Dare I say they run the what was that in when Miami pulled that out against the Patriots with
the Miami Miracle?
No, Ronnie Brown and
the Wildcat formation.
Dare I say they pull out the Wildcat?
Yeah.
Dare I say they pull out the Wildcat? I
like that. That makes a lot of sense.
We got it. Hey, if that offensive line is not gonna just beat against that wall of that Ole Miss defensive line, then we have to be creative in how we attack them. Because they're just gonna sit back. They're not gonna let us throw bombs over Baghdad. But if the offensive line not holding up, we won't have time.
Now I do want to talk about Tulane's matchup. They did lose 45-10.
That was right.
To that same Ole Miss team.
Raslif had 56 yards. Chambers had 307. 307. Of course, say his name again?
Retzloff.
Sorry, Retzloff.
You know him?
Retzloff, 51 yards rushing. But now here's the catch, CL. Chambers had 112 yards rushing. So he's going to run. We're dealing with a mobile quarterback this weekend. But, the Green Wave tried to hold on tight. Mississippi came out 10-0. Tulane was only able to score in the second quarter and the fourth quarter. But, they just got to stay the course. Right now they're 3-1, 1-1 in terms of away games, meaning they did win on the road against Alabama State. But they about to get into some conference play here. They got Tulsa, they got East Carolina, Army. I don't think Tulane CL hurts their opportunity to still potentially snag that one team from from the Americans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
shouts out to Denny Green. You know, the Ole Miss Rebels were who we thought they were. Especially playing against Tulane.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the question is, does Tulane bounce back off of this SEC whipping, but does it make them better? See, because I can see this Tulane loss actually making them better.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see this LSU win making them better. So, but that's why they play the game. I'll wait till Saturday.
No doubt.
I want to see it happen. I really do.
How this thing goes out there in Oxford, Mississippi, Chris? You think Ole Miss meets their match with LSU's defense and then LSU's offense pull it together? Because listen, Coach Salone and Coach Cartaz could potentially be holding all their cards for SEC play. You know, so your thoughts on the matchup? What's the keys to victory for LSU against Ole Miss?
The keys of victory. Get established. I'm going to say it again like I said last week. Let's get the run game going. Let's establish a run game. And sure, like Brian Kelly can say, the run game has been good enough for us to be 3-0. But against this team, against an SEC opponent, can we start fast with the run game? And can the defense build up off of that good run game and time of possession we can establish going up against Ole Miss? I think that will be the keys of victory going into Saturday.
CL, brother, I mean, I ran the stats. When you look at LSU going on the road to Ole Miss, this is a big road game. This is big. Your thoughts on keys to victory? I mean, we did it against Clemson. Clemson, we see, ain't helping us out. They losing left. They just say they got whipped by Syracuse. Shouts out to Coach Fran.
And they killed me in the chat when I said that about Clemson. But anyway.
That's true. We did. We did.
Me. they called everything but a child of God.
I got on you about that. But what you said has a lot more validity in week 4.
And I appreciate that, guys. And you know that's why we play the game, and that's why I love being here. But all hands on deck. That's my key to victory. All hands on deck. I'm not gonna point out just the offensive line. Running back room need to come through. Tight end room need to come through. Wide receiver room always comes through, but even the coaching, even the scheme, even the game plan, help out the defense. Yeah, we know the defense is top 10, but let's help the defense. Just, you know, obviously Sunday special teams didn't help the New Orleans Saints. Let's help the LSU offensive defense with special teams, with good special teams. I believe it has to be all hands on deck. I also mean the coach.
Hey, look, y'all. Keys to victory is explosive play in the running game, period. You said it with Jawan Johnson. That was probably the most explosive, balanced plays we done seen since Caden Durham made his shine last year. So I think that's definitely what we need to see more of. Be able to be creative in the run game, but it has to be explosive. Secondly, I'll have a 1A, 1B for it. Be explosive, continue to be explosive in the passing game, but on the deep threats, right? We do a great job at getting Xavier Thomas and Aaron Anderson the ball in space, but, you know, we should get Trey Green back this game.
Mr. Brown.
Yes, indeed, and I think this is an opportunity for them to go out there and make things happen. So that's keys to victory. The defense is going to hold it down, baby. LSU, let's go out there and be explosive on offense. Well, look, this show is rolling, baby. That's right. Like dice in the casino. Bet 1,000, shoot 1,000. There ain't nothing. When we come back, I'm all in my music here right now, right? When we come back, we'll be joined by Tommy Myers from the Acadian Fest out in Thibodaux, Louisiana. Nice. Baby, join us here on Inside the Trenches. We're going to talk about the Acadian Fest coming up, man. DJ Spence said, man, I'll be performing out there with him as well, so I'm excited about that, and I can't wait to talk to Tommy. It's Inside the Trenches, baby. Once again, we want to thank our sponsor, Health Nut System, for sponsoring this segment. Y'all holler at my girl, Dr. Kendra Andrews. She going to get y'all right. Athletes, remember what I told y'all, baby, that Speed Up 365. Y'all saw Coach on stage with that tight 2X on, you know. That's because, you know, Dr. Kendra getting that belly right, baby. Visit stillbody.org right now and get your products, baby. We got the still body. We have the Speed Up 365, the sea moss, the elderberry juice. All of it is delicious. Visit stillbody.org. That's right. We'll be right back. Joined by my man Tommy from the Acadian Fest. Is Inside the Trenches right here on ESPN Baton Rouge. Hello, somebody.
Inside the Trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the Trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the Trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
I don't need to be seen.
I feel the same
Y'all got to
way.
set it up.
I feel the same way.
Hey, welcome back, beautiful people. It is Inside the Trenches. I'm your host, Marlon, Big Favorite. I'm joined here by my main man, Tommy Myers of the Acadia Fest. Tommy, my brother, welcome to Inside the Trenches podcast. Awesome. We have some technical difficulties real quick. We're going to take a slight commercial break, and then we'll get you muted up here quickly. I'll get Tyler here to get us going. We're having a couple of deals. So y'all give us a second here Inside the Trenches. We'll be right back.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Welcome back, baby. It is Inside the Trenches. It's your host, Marlon, Big Favorite. And big up the Conquer Sports Pros for sponsoring this segment. Listen, if you're a high school football player, junior and senior, and you're looking at playing football on the next level and having it paid for, visit csportspros.com. Again, that's csportspros.com for more information. Live out your dream through Conquer Sports. Well, one thing I did a lot of this weekend was festivals, right? LSU had their fest. We also had the West Bank Fest on yesterday, where I went on, and we had fun. So it looks like between my next guest and Spin, I got more festivals to do. That is definitely it is. It definitely is. And our next guest is none other than my main man, Tommy Myers from Acadia Music Fest. Got it right that time, baby. Yes, it did.
You nailed it.
Louisiana. So
yeah.
I want to start right there, Tommy. First and foremost, how could they follow this festival? What's y'all social media or yours?
Yeah, so Acadia Music Fest. And the website is acadiamusicfest.net. But if you're searching like on social media like TikTok or Facebook or Instagram, it's Acadia Music Fest. And it'll pop up.
Acadia Music Fest. So what inspired you to get the Acadia Music Fest started?
Well, so, about 24 years ago, I lost a little brother in a car accident. He was 23 years old. He was a Nichols State student. And, it just took me a long time, Fave. I was just always wanting to do something to remember him. And, we didn't have anything like Acadia Music Fest in Thibodaux. And I really wanted to do something big. Like I didn't want to do something small for him. And so, I came up with the idea, floated it to my team, and the rest is history, man. We've been killing it, and it's been a blessing to my family to be able to once a year at least remember Ben and all the good that he did for the youth in our community and things of that nature.
That's pretty cool. I can really appreciate that, man. That's a motivational story, emotional story. But I saw pictures from Acadia Music Fest a few years ago when Chop and Spin and Astro went out there. Boy, y'all packing out there, don't y'all?
So listen, I'm gonna tell you something, and I know Spin's on this call right now. So I just want to make sure if he's in the room with you, just give him a little room because his head might Expand
He's
like
close.
that, Spin.
He gonna get the big head quick.
Let me tell you. All you have to do is be there. If you stand in the audience at Acadia Music Fest, and we have a little break before we start transitioning, and then all of a sudden DJ jumps up there, DJ Spin with Big Herc, and the crowd just rushes the stage. I mean, they bring the heat. They bring the heat every year. Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah.
Spin, man, it's like that, brother. You ain't explain that to me.
You know, I just do my thing, man, and I appreciate Tommy for having me and Herc and bringing all the artists in, and we just have a good time, man. It's for a good cause. The people are so much fun down there. I've DJed down there for pretty much 20 years down there, you know, in the Thibodeau Houma area, and it's just to see how the music scene has grown and the love for just music and fun and festivities just come together, because we grow up on so much stuff. It's hip hop, rock, country, you know, blues. Like, it's so much, and it's in our culture, and I appreciate it very much.
Hey, Tommy. Chris Lombard, how you doing, baby?
What's up, Chris?
Tell me this.
Yep.
Well, first of all, Thibodeau has a very special place in my heart. I shot my first scene in a major motion picture at Laurel Valley. So
come on.
Yeah. So that, you know, it's Howard Johnson, all good. Very special in my heart. Tell me, how does the Acadia cultural influence the actual festival?
So, you know, it's funny, Chris. I'm gonna tell you this. I don't know that it really has that big of an influence on the stage and the event itself, which is kind of, you know, the name kind of is misleading somewhat. But where the culture comes with the fest is the food. We have
thank you
food trucks from New Orleans. We have food trucks from Lafayette, Baton Rouge. We have local food trucks. So you can come out here and you can have fried alligator. You can have pulled pork, you can have fried fish. I mean, the food is probably where the culture comes in. The name Acadia comes from, we're located in Acadia Plantation subdivision. When you come out here, you see what I'm talking about. This group developed this neighborhood, and it's the Ronald Adams and Jake Jardina family, and they donate this property to us every year. I mean, we have it on this 10-acre empty field, and they give it to us, you know, for free, just to be able to celebrate my brother. So we to honor them and what they did, we named it Acadia Music Fest.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome, man.
So, if y'all are just tuning in, I have my new friend, man. I'm looking forward to going out there with Spin.
So do I.
CL go come on out there, and look how it went down. All right, so. And Spin is he's so good at just like mapping out the schedule, right? Because he helps me out a lot. The Chicken Fest down here, right? It's LSU's bye week. So I work for LSU Sports Radio, so I'm able to be with Spin them for the Chicken Fest. And Acadia Fest, we play Vanderbilt on the road, but it's early. So the second we finish at the studio in BR, I'm driving straight to Thibodeau. I'm excited. It's like Louisiana touring. So last year, who were some of the performances, some of the highlights from last year?
Well, it's not hard to figure that one out. We had Nelly last year.
Wow.
And,
that's dope.
That's big.
Oh,
that's
Nelly,
really big, brother.
That's huge.
Nelly literally blew it out. He blew it out. First off, he was such a nice guy. Nelly took the time to talk to me about what was the meaning of the festival, what it meant to me, what it meant to the community. So he fully understood what he was there for. And, you know, when you do this a lot, and Spin's done it a lot, and you do it a lot, you run across some people in this industry that have some pretty big egos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nelly didn't. Nelly did not. Nelly was there. He got there early and he stayed late. And it was a lot of fun. But we've had Ludacris, we've had Flo Rida, we've had some pretty big names.
That's pretty cool.
Well, baby, we ain't gonna hold no punches. Who's the headliners for 25?
Okay.
T.I. T.I., baby.
Okay. All right.
T.I. Yep.
That's cool.
T.I.
Now, funny
That's
T.I.
big.
story. All right. So, T.I., we went to Atlanta. This was right after Katrina. This was like the spring of 2026. We had just dropped our album, Sophisticated Hustlers, me and Black Venom. Shouts out to Fat and Che. So, we was cool with a cat from New Orleans named Twine. He stayed out in Atlanta. So we went down to Bankhead, where Shawty Low Studio and all that was. And then later on that night, we performed at Club Crucial down the street from Shawty Low spot.
Okay.
And that's when I first met T.I. like in person. So I look forward to shaking his hand this year. That's cool.
So tell me. So I just ran down how some have big egos. From what I understand, T.I. is a pretty nice guy.
Yeah, it was pretty laid back.
I have a small T.I. story, but it's all positive. He performed at the Jazz Fest some years ago, and I happen to be up front or what have you. The boy got hits, and he does know how to perform. He does know how to rock a crowd, and he has multiple hits. So I think that's a great choice for the festival this year.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
Yeah, I do as
his
well.
catalog.
Yeah,
you
for
start
sure.
thinking of some of the artists down south that really had put.
And that's
their
what he
mark.
was saying. I got hits, baby.
Yeah, Lil Wayne,
That's what he was
T.I.,
saying.
Jeezy, that whole deal. I guess I have a question for you and Spin, and y'all feel free that's joining us right now. Y'all can comment right below ESPN Baton Rouge's YouTube channel. Y'all feel free to make any comments y'all want in regards to how to get the which we'll have this information for you at the end, how to get the tickets for Acadia Music Fest. In addition to that, what's your, have you ever been before? Because most of them throughout the state of Louisiana.
I could get y'all directions.
Yep, you know the neck of the woods.
90, baby.
90 to 1. There you go.
Keep going.
All right. Favorite moments from the festival. I'll start with you first, Tommy, since you are our guest. What's one of your favorite memories from your Acadia Music Fest or throughout the year?
All right, so this is one of my favorite. Spin might remember this. So my mom's 80 years old, right? And she gets to the festival when it starts, and she doesn't leave until it ends. And cool. Her nickname since birth has been Sugar. So obviously Flo Rida got up and he was singing his song Sugar. He brought her up on the stage and sang with her.
Wow.
Oh, man.
That had to be one of the best moments, man. To see your mom that happy,
that's
hard
a
to beat.
Wow. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, you could say that again.
Hello, somebody.
That was a blessing.
Mine's probably, that same show, the Flo Rida, Chopper. Like, it was just one of them. The energy was there. Like, you just couldn't. It was unstoppable. Like the people.
I agree. That was hard. That was hard to beat that energy that year,
energy
man.
was just
I came on stage and blew the doors off, and then Flo just put on a show right behind. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was just.
What year that was? That was the year before last?
That was Tommy. Was that?
That was coming out of COVID.
Yeah,
that was the first year out of COVID.
21.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, coming out of COVID.
Yep.
Because COVID, you had to skip that year, right? That was your only skip
so
year?
this is the only skip year. So we started in 2016. So this would be our 10th year, but it's our 9th show because we had that just 1 year down.
No, that's and listen, festivals is something we're known for here in Louisiana, but to keep up with the fest is a whole nother thing. I guess talk to our viewers like what it's like putting together a festival.
It's way more of a challenge than I have anticipated that it would be, especially as it gets bigger. Like when it's a small production, it's easily manageable. I got an amazing crew. You've been talking to Katie. I know, or Naj has been talking to Katie. So I have a financial planning team. So I'm actually a wealth manager. And the whole team participates though. Everybody has their specific role that they do. And so, man, you get to a point at this, and I think DJ can speak to this. We started off with a little bitty pull-in stage, and now we have what's called an SL320, which is the biggest portable stage that you can get. And most all entertainers will actually play on this stage. So You'll see when you get out there. It's
You
quite a
hyping me up
production.
now. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Come on.
You hyping me like-
It's a moment, man. It's one of them magical moments. And then what Tommy does, which is so amazing, that he has the drone team come out there and they get the drone footage. And when you see it, it's just like it just puts a smile on your face just to see that everybody come together and how him and his team just put this thing together. And my little one comes out, Malaya comes out, she dances on the stage, and Nelly, Nelly was so cool, Flo Rida was so cool, and it's just everybody's just got love out there, and it's just one of them things like you look forward to you every year. Like Tommy don't even have to call me. I'm already, as soon as he puts the date, even if I'm booked or not, I'm coming.
It ain't no doubt, no doubt. I was like, I picked up the phone to call Spin, and Spin was like, I already got that date down. I was like,
let's make sure we say the date, guys. What's the date?
So let's talk about the event, the date, everything, how they can get the tickets and all.
So it's October 18th, and it starts at about 1. It leads off with 3 of our local bands that perform. We give them a stage every year, and Spin's seen a lot of them. We got Lil Jon, Dirty Clarks, we got Icarus Jones, and we got Snap and the Fish Ticks, and that's just good local bands. And then we have Dumpster Funk.
Oh wow, I've heard of them. I've heard of them.
Yeah, that's the Neville.
So Tony Hall, right, who's in Dumpster Funk with Ivan, is from Thibodeau, and so Tony and I have become really close throughout the years. And then we're gonna have the Almond Betts band. So I mean, I'm probably a lot older than all of y'all, but the Almond Brothers was a big Southern rock band back in the day, and this is 2 of their sons that are have formed a band, and they're Southern rock out the wazoo. Then we have John Morgan, who's an up and coming country singer. He actually had a #1 hit a couple of weeks back, and he's written a ton of songs for Jason Aldean. So he's a well-respected songwriter. And then we got DJ Spin, and I think DJ Spin's bringing a crew with him this year, and a very special guest by the name of Big Fave.
Hello, somebody.
Hello, somebody.
I'm there. I can't wait. Y'all got me. I'm gonna be like a kid in a candy store on that stage. I ain't lying to you. Because didn't Astro get the shot 2 years ago? Y'all had like a green lighting around the stage, and it was just this. It looked like the lighting was crazy. It was a night shot.
Hey, so if I can just come clean, I am very calm, cool, and collected for most of the day. And when Spin hits the stage, my day is done. That's when I get to have fun. so that's when
Spin put it together now.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt.
You've definitely earned the right to let your head down, brother.
Yes, indeed, definitely. Man. Because listen, 10 years on an event, festivals aren't easy to come around, and now this is something that our folks have something to go. The biggest thing, that whole vibe,
that whole thing.
Because this is another thing, and I do got to give props to some of the influencers. Mr. Chime Time, when he went that way, he stopped through those different cities like that. And Louisiana it's like y'all had it packed out there. When I saw Astros shots, it was large. It was a lot of people in that area that looks to, and that's y'all's, the Thibodeau's area. This is the festival they have to look forward to each year. So this is beautiful.
Yeah, it grows every year. And so next year is our 10th year. So I'm hoping, and y'all know that, I mean, festivals, it's a lot of work. It takes a lot of money to bring something like that together. And we've been very blessed that, we're making strides. And so if we can hit 10 years next year, we expect to do something even bigger.
Ooh, my question is how you didn't have Nelly come through, Flo Rida, Chopper.
Super Bowl.
This is Super Bowl big. I mean, it's big enough down there to do that.
Right.
So, man, Tommy, thank you so much for coming on the show. We got to get you back. We got to talk about after. We got to do just like we ran the videos this past weekend. We got to show all the video highlights from the fest, man.
Let me just, Tommy, he runs a financial company, and when I first went by Tommy, we talked a little bit, in that year about crypto. And I told them, this is when Bitcoin was like 6,000, around 6,000 a little bit. I had purchased one around 3,000, but I ended up, he's like, yeah, Spin, go ahead and do it. I ended up buying 2 more at 6,000. Pandemic hit. By the time the pandemic hit, it was at what, 63,000, something crazy. So I give bigs up to Tommy for like, I was in doubt, and he told me go ahead and do it. So I took my money.
No more doubt.
And it helped me get out of the COVID. Like it helped me get out of COVID. So I want to tell Tommy thanks for that advice because he's got some real.
Man, I wish I was on that advice line right there.
Yes, yeah.
I didn't do what I was supposed to with it, though. I put a small amount behind it, so I'm looking like, man, what if I just went a little more? So I'm going to take advice from Tommy. That's going to be one of the segments on here,
He runs a good financial company, so if
we
anybody...
got our own John Ramsey down here, Dave Ramsey down here.
All in for investments, man.
Yes,
I love
indeed.
it. I love it. Man,
I love
I'm looking so forward to having you guys down here.
I can't wait.
I'm
I'm excited.
Myself, brother.
Yes,
I'm
indeed.
looking forward
Hey,
myself.
I'm before you cut me loose. I'm gonna ask you a question.
Talk to
Big
me.
Dave, tell me what you know about Thibodeau.
Okay, Nicholls State football. The Manning's camp down there. Coach Pete Jenkins' camp. I used to always go to Thibodeau in high school and college.
Yep. So you came down here and helped out a buddy of mine at a pro football camp.
Oh, Elias. Oh, I lost him.
Oh, it went.
Oh, Lord. Man, we just lost my guy who was just about to get, so I'm going to finish it off for him. He's talking about David Elias. I usually do the Nicholls State camp, the pro football camp. Me, my man, Skylar Green, and all my folks down there. Oh, y'all done had a camera plugged up. I'm so drove. Tommy, we got to for sure get you back on here. It's Inside the Trenches, y'all. And listen, if y'all want to attend the Acadia Music Festival, visit AcadiaMusicFest.com. Get your tickets. T.I., Dumpster Funk, DJ Spin. I mean, you heard the bands that he says going to be there. Y'all make sure y'all in the spot to be. Thibodaux, Louisiana. That's right. Acadia Music Fest. Visit AcadiaMusicFest.com.
I think it's .net, but .net, but you can go on the social media too. Look it up, and I think tickets are purchased, from the links as well.
It is for sure .net. It is .net. It is AcadiaMusicFest.net. We'll have the information underneath the show as well. Y'all for sure hit us up on the Instagram. Of course, y'all know we'll have this on. Oh, I'm so mad that the interview was going so good. It was rolling well, but I am very familiar with the Thibodaux area. Like I said, that's my folks down there. I do that camp just about every year, so big ups to
big high school down there is Edie
White. And you have Thibodaux High, you have Terrebonne.
And
they got some
they built the Marriott since then too. Shouts out Thibodaux. Like I said, it was my first move in Thibodaux, first big one.
Thibodaux Medical Regional, like all of them down there put together all of that.
Highway 1, y'all just don't know. I had some fun.
We know it goes down at the Waffle House out there.
It used to go down at the Howard Johnson,
and the Raising Cane's down
showing
there.
my age with that one.
Yes, indeed.
Shouts out to Hummer too.
Oh,
because they came over and showed mad love too. That whole area, pretty much. I'm sure they'll be there.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, the Thibodaux, Homer, Raceland, that whole area is gonna be packed out.
It all.
And y'all make sure y'all there too. Remember to get y'all tickets right now. T.I. gonna be in the building. DJ Spin on the ones and twos. Y'all heard the man, Big Fed.
Bring some food y'all want us to taste too.
You feel what I'm saying?
Hello, somebody.
Get y'all something to eat, that baby. Hello, somebody. And remember, visit AcadiaMusicFest.net. You'll get some of the information here, and we will see y'all October 18th. Make y'all way down there after y'all watch the LSU Vanderbilt game. Come on down to Thibodaux and rock the stage with us. Shouts out to Tommy Myers once again for joining us on the show.
Tommy.
Great conversation.
Thank you,
My computer played us, Tommy. But look, y'all don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on Inside the Trenches. We're going to talk a little Monday Night Football. We got to keep up with the score, fantasy football, and we had fun at some festivals this week, so we'll talk a little bit about that as we wrap here on Inside the Trenches. We'll be right back here on ESPN Baton Rouge. Man, we lost the ball now, man.
Inside the Trenches.
de las trincheras.
Conquer Sports Professionals.
Hello, somebody. It's Marlon Big Favorite, Super Bowl champion and national champion. Here's the truth. Almost anybody could play college football and get a scholarship or financial aid if they know who's looking for them. Now, you may not be a Division I or Division II football player, but that doesn't mean you can't play college football on the next level. There's hundreds and thousands of schools out there that's looking for football players like you to give you a great education. Right now, the average cost of school is $27,000 a year. That means that's $180,000 just to graduate. Imagine cutting that number down with a football scholarship or financial aid support. At Conquer Sports Pros, we find the right schools that fit you, your talent, your goals, and your future. And they will pay for your education through football. Don't waste time guessing. Let us connect you with coaches and programs that are already searching for players like you. If you're serious about playing football in college to pay for your education, click the link below or visit csportspros.com and schedule a call today. Hello, somebody.
Conquer Sports Professionals.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Conquer Sports Professionals.
Hey, you, what's up? My name is Marlon Big Favorite, Super Bowl champion and national champion. And here are the top 5 ways to stand out for college recruits. Number 1, explosive first 15 seconds on your highlight film. Listen, attention spans are short nowadays. You got to be able to catch their attention right away. So that big hit, make sure it's at the top of that tape. Number 2, consistent game stats. Each week, have your stats updated. If you had 4 tackles for loss and a sack, you need to make sure that's upgraded on your social media. Number 3, strong GPA plus test scores equals college scholarships. Gives you more opportunities. If you have the high grades and if they could get you some extra funds because of your test scores, that is huge. Number 4, positive attitudes coaches can trust. If you have a positive attitude and you look like you could be a nice locker room guy and build a team up, coaches love that. Number 5, hustle on and off the field. So just as well as you're out there making tackles or touchdown catches, you need to be active in your community. A lot of you guys want NIL brands. You need to be able to establish yourself out publicly. And that's definitely key, baby. So look, if you're serious about being recruited, go to csportspros.com if you want help getting a football scholarship. Hello.
Conquer Sports Professionals.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Yeah, we back. Once again, I want to send a big shout out. Look at my, are we good, y'all? There we go. I want to send a big shout out once again to Tommy Myers for joining us here on Inside the Trenches. Remember, y'all, make sure y'all visit AcadiaMusicFest.net. Get your tickets. Big acts like T.I. is going to be there. Dumpster Funk. Ivan Neville was a friend of the show. He came on a few years back. So big ups to my man Tommy. And we want to see y'all there. And then y'all just heard he made the announcement on the show. I'll be hitting the stage with Spin. So we rolling. I'm excited about that. And remember, y'all go ahead and visit AcadiaMusicFest.net and get your tickets. Well, welcome back to the show. Y'all know we had some technical difficulties earlier, but guess what? We are here live and live in color. I told y'all earlier we had a lot of fun at LSU this weekend. Big ups to Mike Lauza and Rare Groove for having me on their set out in Baton Rouge. That was fun joining them. And then also the game went cool. But y'all, the highlight, or the second highlight of the weekend, you know, the Saints losing and LSU kind of just getting, we beat the brakes off of Southeastern, but, you know, Tulane lost. The West Bank Fest was fun. Big shout out to Jonathan Stewart, Nikita Wilson. That's right, Jay Stu do got the running back name. We kind of look like him a little bit, a little smaller though, right? He don't got the little box flat top though. Shouts out to all of the councilmen that came out there, all of the representatives to help put this thing together. And big ups to all the people that came out. CL, me, my homie, Che Dutch, Quincy Lee. Deli Boy was up there. Boy? He finally had a chance to be on stage with his beats rolling and stuff. So
that's a blessing.
So that was cool.
Love you, baby boy.
All day, every day, man. It was you would have really enjoyed it.
Oh, for sure.
Big ups to the Gordon McKerney injury attorneys. They sponsored the stage.
Thank you, Gordon, for getting it done.
Swag bags and all of that stuff out there, getting it done. But we had some fun out there. Man, fellas, I want to take a little look real quick. Oh, big ups to Mia X. Mia X was representing big time out there. Yep. Biggest Mama, Mama Mia.
Mama Mia.
Let's see here. You had Pokey Bear.
Okay.
I was tired. I left right when Pokey was going on. But
well, you burned a lot of energy on that stage. I'm glad you listened to your fashion consultant and was more cooler, smoother, flowing type of situation. You can't deal with the lights, the heat of the heat of Louisiana. Yeah, all that's working against.
Oh, I had that Young Jeezy all white on out there, baby. I had to. I mean, it was. I was still drenched. I had to put on a whole nother fit, y'all.
You know, people don't realize you're a real gorilla. So,
I had a big gorilla. They was like, yeah, that makes sense.
I'm not really small, y'all. I'm just sitting next to a gorilla. I tell y'all that every time. I've never been a 225.
Chris, man. Chris, how your weekend was, man? What y'all did this weekend, bro?
Went to an art museum called NOLA.
Okay.
That was pretty
All
good.
right, yeah.
Yeah, it was a very good museum. I definitely would recommend to go. It's a good place.
Is that
So-
like neutral ground? I think they folks had something to do with that.
Where's that located, brother?
It's not too far from the French Quarter.
Okay.
That's pretty dope. So what like kind of give us a description of the ambiance. What's
the one thing they caught your eye, brother?
Yeah.
So it was New Orleans based, obviously. They had like statues of Lil Wayne and Fats Domino and Louis Armstrong. Just a lot of New Orleans art in there, and the history of New Orleans.
That's pretty dope right there. Now, CL, I know
I love New Orleans history.
we came on talking a lot about, the Saints. You had to go out there and but outside of that, like any restaurants you went to out in Seattle that stood out, did you go do some shopping? Like he said he's just out there, we just lost, dog. That's it.
By the grace of God, timing allotted me to do everything I needed to do. The fish market is really real. Was actually my first time having fried salmon on a sandwich, which was pretty good. Knew a couple of people that did the little toss fish challenge. There's a young lady that I met did the toss fish challenge, but I'll tell y'all about that later. It's just primarily good time. Beautiful country though. Oh my God, just beautiful country. Actually, the city of Seattle is actually on an island. It's actually an island. It's surrounded by the Puget Sound and another large body of water. So it's just so beautiful. Clean, clear water, and obviously no humidity. There's a great ocean breeze. It's still a good minute away from the Pacific, but it's an estuary. So there's a lot of great fishing. There's a lot of fresh everything. The oysters. Oysters wasn't all that big, but they were good.
Oh, the little bit of oysters.
Yeah, the little oysters. Everybody can't have big oysters.
That's what I he was on punk. You know what I'm saying? When Warren Sapp was on there, they brought a little bit of. Here's your sap food. Here's your food sap. Man, what I'm gonna do with this? I can't get jiggy with this.
Shouts out to Sean Kemp and the hospitality that his employees showed us all, and unfortunately the game didn't go the way we wanted to, but the people of Seattle are very, very, very hospitable, and just grateful. Saw Deuce on the plane. It's always the same characters, and then on the way back, we all hope not to see each other so we don't have to talk about it.
Now, that makes a lot of sense. It really does. It makes a lot of sense when you don't, like you already know what it is, bro. Man, what you think happened? What you think happened? we lost. Okay, so I'm glad you brought up like food, restaurants, and all of that because we're calling our restaurant owners here on the show. Do you want to put your signature dish right here, spotlighted on Inside the Trenches? We're inviting all the local restaurants to showcase their best tasting samples right here during a segment called In the Trenches, right here on the show. You dig? Dynamic sports broadcasting right here. Yes, indeed. Feature your flavors, your best foods, get the on-camera exposure, connect with some food lovers, fans, and sports lovers and all that. It's simple, y'all. We'll have a form. I'll be sure to add it to the bottom of this show when we put it on the Inside the Trenches. Or y'all can hit me up at BigFave504 if you're a restaurant out there and you want to have your meal feature right here on Inside the Trenches and ESPN Baton Rouge. Have everybody tasting y'all's delicious treats when they come to the 504. Hit us up right here on the show, baby. And then look, me and CL, we got Dr. Kendra on our side so we can try the food and then pop one of her magic tablets. You know what I'm saying?
Dr. Kendra said it's okay for me to try y'all food. And if anybody y'all want to try y'all food, it's somebody that done tried a lot of food. So I'll give you a true assessment. Yeah. I'm looking for that sauce pick. That's what I wanted to say, Tommy. We didn't get a chance to ask about the vendors at the festival. But I'm looking for that sauce piquant.
Piquant. Yeah, them folks, hey,
I'm looking for it.
Listen, I'm going to say this, y'all. And Louisiana, in general, we have good food. But here in the New Orleans area, you got folks from Baton Rouge. You got folks who check us out here from Mississippi, Texas.
Sure.
They want to know where to go. And we'll be sure to give y'all the visual. Now, we could give y'all the visual, and we could give you some audio. That's all we could do. But, once these restaurants come on here, it's going to be up to y'all to visit. I know some people go to the extreme and get their food shipped. I understand all of that. No. So remember, it's a new segment called In the Trenches, which we'll have featured on this show. And I'm pretty sure little Chris, he wouldn't mind, you know what I'm saying, CL. And I'm telling y'all, you peeing them up in there, boy, they like when Steak Man came here that time, that food was gone. Me and CL thought we were going to have a little.
I thought I was being nice by saying let them hit it up. I thought they was going to leave me an oyster or something.
So, y'all, we all like
Taylor.
We all like super live right now, so we're gonna try to get some updates. I know I looked at my fantasy game. Jabril Gibbs has scored a touchdown, so let me go ahead and see how I'm looking on the fantasy. And y'all feel free to chime in as well. Let us know how y'all fantasy team doing. Do y'all even play fantasy football? This isn't really a conversation for CL because he just want to hear us talk. He'll tell you who he think may play good, but Because
while y'all talking about fantasy, I lived a nightmare yesterday. But by the grace of God, I survived the pewter sound. Not everybody did, but
That had to have been like just a depressing flight back, right? Well, I don't know.
This is the thing. What I do know, when you lose or when you win, 3/4 of the population understand that you either do want to talk about it or don't want to talk about it. There's a very small percentage of people that actually want to rub it in. Because come Monday morning,
right,
it's 7:00 in the morning. They know just the same way because everybody in the airport, believe it or not, has their respective teams on.
Yeah, that's
everybody
true.
go to the airport with the with the team that they're rooting for. So I saw a little bit of everybody this weekend, and once again, shouts out to the Seattle Seahawks family because they showed mad love, very respectable. Because I'm a Saints enthusiast.
They felt sorry for you.
They did. They actually felt sorry for all of us. But I know that's not how we get down. So I have even more. I have even more love for them for the empathy that they showed for us and that drudging of yesterday.
Look how it went.
Yeah. All I see is numbers. I don't know if you betting a parlay.
I'm just simple.
Are you playing Tecmo Bowl?
Boy, it's going. I'm a little nervous right here. Hold on, who we
I got family members. I got all kind of people be sending me screens. Oh, CL, give me this pick and man, watch the show.
But look, check this out though. Look, just a couple updates. Now Detroit is winning 14-7. What's going on here, boy? Detroit, I thought was looking like Now so far in my fantasy league, I need Amari St. Brown to give me a little something, man. Come on, bro. I know
for
it's the
Detroit
second quarter.
to win, it's gonna have to come through St. Brown.
And I got Zay Flowers on the field right now. He didn't do much. Jawan Johnson only got me 5 fantasy points yesterday.
God bless that brother.
Ah, man.
Because I know it's difficult. We want. There's so many people that don't want to be honest about the situation. I have to be. We don't have a number 1 wide receiver on this football team. We got a bunch of number 2s. So what happened is we took our most, I guess you could say, sure-handed receiver, even though he's slated as a tight end. He's not really a tight end. He's a big wide receiver, possession receiver, if you will, and that's Jawan. But if Jawan gives us 5 catches a game, then we need the other guys to give us the explosiveness. And that's the problem. We're not getting it from Cooks. We're not getting it from Shee. We're not getting it from Olave. That's why it hurts so much for a Foster Monroe, a true tight end, not to be healthy. Or even a Taysom Hill, even though Taysom is awesome and he plays everything. Matter of fact, think about this. Taysom could come on this team and become healthy and be a number 2 wide receiver. Taysom could be healthy on this team and be a number 1 tight end. Look at the talent that we're not playing with on Sundays. Me and Chase Young have played the same amount of snaps this year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, me and Trevor Penny has played the same amount of snaps this year. You know, so please, when you watch the New Orleans Saints, I need you to take in all of this in consideration. Because in reality, the only reason why we're not a good team is because we don't have the pieces in place.
That is true. I mean, and I do have to look at the inexperience on the offensive line. We could have went got a more crafty veteran, a bigger name. It could have been particularly at the guard, if I'm being honest.
Oh my God.
But we'll say that for
Trying
another
to
day.
make guards.
And then the thing that really, especially when you have, CL made a good point earlier. We wasn't a fan of Derek Carr, but we know he at least had skins on the wall. So you have two young quarterbacks with no big target receivers. So when Peyton Manning always needed that emergency football, he can always go to a Marvin Harrison or a Reggie Wayne.
Correct.
Every time.
Right? When Drew Brees needed that, I remember we used to always say, this when the Saints was going through their struggle years, right? This was like between like 11 and 15, he used to be like,
struggle. 11 and 15 is struggle.
Like he used to be like, Jimmy Graham, please save me. He just tossed that thing up and Jimmy Graham catches
11
it.
touchdowns a year.
So, you know, those, you start looking at that. And don't get me wrong, Drew Brees is first round ballot Hall of Famer. He will have a red jacket as well as a gold jacket.
Oh, yeah.
Dion has a red jacket. Yeah, it was only 100 of those handed out.
Right.
I do think he is that elite talent, but you also have to look at the type of size and possession receivers he had around him. We talked about Jimmy Graham, Marcus Colston, Jared Cook when he didn't drop the ball and it cost us. You know, we had bigger players. Robert Meacham,
Thomas,
another friend of this show. Thomas, these guys 6'3", 6'4". Like right now, I'm taller than all the receivers, and I was considered a short defensive lineman. And that's an issue with most of the receivers. Veely has me, but
and I want to be wrong. I want my number 2 wide receivers to step up. I don't care which one it is. Step up and become a number 1. I know Valet just got here. You know, step up and be the number 1. And this is the thing. There is a clear open door for someone to be the true number 1 possession receiver, big time receiver for the New Orleans Saints, and no one has stepped up to become that. And that's what we heard.
Yeah, well, Saints fans, the bottom line is you got to go to Buffalo and at least fight. I was hoping that we at least got out of the first half of the Seattle game. Like, let's get out 21-3, go and make some adjustments at halftime, but it just got even uglier in the first quarter. And, you know, as Saints fans out there, I know they're just drove. You know, you can hear it in some of the commentary locally because you want to see this team be productive. We knew going into the season, y'all, we were going to have to be patient. You know, this is a new head coach, young head coach. This man 3 years younger than me.
Right.
No discipline.
Seeing some success, though. Like, CL, he's not going to give him a pass for being younger. But at the end of the day, he has had an opportunity to see some success, so that does matter. Well, fellas, man, we go to Buffalo.
Yeah.
And
wings and tailgate.
Listen, the ankle bar out there is off the chain. The wings good.
Yes.
And listen, if you get drove and you got a little time off of work, you can just take a little ride to Toronto, enjoy this festival.
Well, we thought about going to Vancouver, but
yeah,
we saw something at the Pewter Sound that just kind of turned everything around. Let me show you the video.
Yeah, that's funny at so many levels. Yeah, but I want to take this last minute we have on the show to thank all of our sponsors. Get Gordon, yeah, and get it done. Shouts out to the Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Get Gordon, get it done. Proud sponsor here of ESPN Baton Rouge's show, Inside the Trenches with yours truly, Marlon Favorite. Big ups to Dr. Kendra. Shouts out, stillbody.org. Y'all visit it. Get all the natural herbs you need for your body. Get your vitamins up. The consultation she gives you. I'm just about finished with my sea moss, you know, but it's definitely doing the body good. Slow down. You feel me?
You need a refill, Doc?
I do. I really do. I got about maybe 3 more servings left, so I definitely do. Big ups, baby. Conquer Sports Pros. Be sure to visit csportspros.com right now. If you're a high school player locally, or we start taking the youngsters at about 12, 13 years old, you're a defensive lineman, offensive lineman, looking to get some work in, visit csportspros.com. Sign up for our programs, recruiting programs, training programs. We have it all right here, baby. Shouts out to the crew, CL NOLA. Y'all be sure to follow him, CL_NOLA. Lil Chris, Lil CK4, something like that. Some young boy, NBA, sometime.
Is Lil Chris _3K.
That's how Jamar Chase does all that. Hannah.
Don't you get a T-shirt, me?
Shouts out to Hannah, Madeline. Shouts out to Taylor. Shouts out to UP, Damon. Big ups to everybody in that CH. Everybody out there here at Loyola who makes this show go round. Definitely, and big ups to you. Y'all right there for tuning in tonight. If it wasn't for y'all, hey, we wouldn't have no show. So y'all keep on getting these views up. Keep on coming through. Leave your comments. Check us out at BigFave504 on Instagram. We'll have these videos up. You can check out all the festive stuff and all of that good stuff. But guess what's for sure? We'll be back here Monday to talk about the recap of Ole Miss LSU. Hopefully the Saints have a better game against Buffalo. We're going to have to talk about it.
Let Josh Allen slip on a banana peel during the week.
I don't know how it's going to go for Josh, man, but we're going to have to figure out some type of plan for him. I ain't going to wish no bads on him.
That's a bad man up in
Something to slow
Buffalo.
it down, baby.
Marv, leave it, come back to life.
Something. Hey, well, look, thank y'all once again for tuning in, baby. Y'all have a blessed week. It's Inside the Trenches right here on ESPN Baton Rouge. Hello, somebody.
Inside the Trenches.